24 hours after learning the 2017 hurricane season will be less active, we're also learning about new advancements in warning systems. Meteorologist John Dawson is on South Padre Island for the National Tropical Weather Conference, and he spoke with Bill Reed, former director of the National Hurricane Center.
I'm meteorologist John Dawson. I'm in South Padre Island. We're at the National Tropical Weather Conference, all about hurricanes. And anytime you're traveling, you're out of town, it's always nice to see a familiar face. Bill Reed, former director of the National Hurricane Center, also Houstonian. Let me jump right to it. What's some of the information we've been talking about at this conference that has you a little bit piqued or maybe even excited as we move into the 2017 season?
Well, there's a couple of changes coming from the National Hurricane Center this year. Number one is the issuance of storm surge warnings, and we all know that those of us that experience Hurricane Ike, how important it is to highlight the hazard and the threat that you get from storm surge. The other item is we have storms move into the Gulf before they've fully developed, and in the past there was no adequate way to warn people that they might become a storm. That they will now put out an advisory for just those systems that they think have a good chance of developing into a tropical storm close to shore.
And you brought up Hurricane Ike, and of course that's the last big hurricane that we've seen here in Houston. And as a matter of fact, it's really the last tropical system of any kind that we've seen for almost 9 years. So what's your comments on that as far as we move into this season and how people might be getting a little relaxed?
Well, the memories of an event soften as time goes by, so big concern is that people start not preparing, letting their guard down, not being ready for the next time the big storm comes.
And then as we look at new people that have come into Houston, their numbers are over 1 million, they think, that people who weren't actually here during Hurricane Ike, and some of those might be new to hurricane-prone areas. What would be your advice to those folks?
Well, the number one sentence we use for that is make a plan. If you've planned for an event, when it happens, you probably won't be following everything in your plan, but by having gone through the thought process of making a plan of how to deal with this hurricane event as it comes by, you'll weather it much better than someone that doesn't make a plan.
All right, so we've been talking a lot about hurricanes yesterday. We're talking more about today. I've got more information on the details of what Bill was talking about as far as those potential storm warnings as well as the storm surge watches and warnings. That's on my social media feed, and I'll have more information as well today. And you can find that at John Dawson, Fox 26.